to the British University Karting Championships 2014. We're here at Buckmore Park in Kent for what promises to be an intense day of racing, as over 200 students battle it out in rounds 1 and 2 of the new season.
The drivers in the BUKC don't just race any type of karts, they race in the fastest fleet of arrive and drive karts in the world. These two-stroke karts accelerate to 60 miles per hour in 4.5 seconds, so the championship attracts drivers who have raced in Formula 2, GP3 and are ex-British karting champions and beginners alike.
The day consists of 2 parts, with 6 25-minute sprint races this morning, followed by 3 hour-long endurance races this afternoon. Whilst it's a bit wet and windy here today, the promise is not to dampen the action as the teams battle it out for an early advantage at the start of the year. Let's see how the teams get on.
Buckmore Park in Kent was the host to rounds 1 and 2 of the 2014 British Universities Karting Championship. The 1200 metre circuit features 12 corners and a mixture of tight hairpins, sweeping bends and undulation changes, making for lots of overtaking opportunities and exciting racing. The circuit where Jenson Button and Lewis Hamilton honed their karting skills will be the testing ground for all of this year's BUKC Championship hopefuls. The less than ideal weather conditions in the morning did nothing to dampen the racing, as David Pittard and Brunel A kept his string of excellent BUKC performances going, with a superb win by more than 17 seconds and 16th on the grid in the very first race of the day at Buckmore Park.
A cheeky win in the first race was a great way to start the day, and fingers crossed we can carry on the day as it is.
Coventry A looked favourites to win race 2, starting on the front row, but by turn 3 Miles Murphy was facing the wrong way and dropped to 32nd position. He then drove his way back through the pack to finish respectively in 6th. However, it was Medway A who took the race victory, with Joe Richardson comfortably winning the second sprint race at his university's home track. Last season's runners-up, Southampton A, took the win in race 3, but with 20 different drivers all taking their turn at racing within the top 10, the racing was very close, and Jamie French of Oxford Brooks A and Sam Sheehan of Coventry A finished 2nd and 3rd respectively, with less than 2 seconds of Southampton's race winner James Robinson.
I knew I had to make it happen today because my teammate got taken out in the first race from 2nd, so we're just hoping to gather some points back now.
Leicester A, who stepped up to the National Championship after competing in the Rookies Championship last year, claimed their first ever BUKC race win in Sprint Race 4, with driver Sam Snell gaining 17 places before taking the checkered flag just 1/10 of a second ahead of Oxford Brooks C.
It was a hard race, won on the last few corners.
Cambridge A, with driver Richard Morris, took their first race win since returning to the championship in 2012 in race 5, which turned out to be the last dry race of the day. As the rain fell, experience paid off for Chris Hanson at the wet track in the direct drive 2-stroke karts, and he claimed victory for reigning BUKC champions Hertfordshire A in the 6th and final sprint race of championship round 1. The results at the end of the first round revealed, despite not even winning a race, Oxford Brooks A won round 1, closely followed by in 2nd place reigning champions Hertfordshire A, and a great start by the number 29 team Oxford A, rounding out the top 3 with 4 solid results, which just goes to show consistency is the key when it comes to winning the silverware in the BUKC. Following the sprint races of round 1, the rain would continue to fall and make track conditions tricky as the endurance races of round 2 got underway, where 2 drivers from each university would pair up over hour-long endurance races, which would include driver changes and pit stops. An impressive drive by the Durham A duo Will Van Ness and Andrew Dawson saw the team take the lead of the first endurance race by lap 2 after starting 12th on the grid. They went on to pull out such a lead that even when they made both of their pit stops, they maintained the lead throughout, and went on to win by almost a lap ahead of any competition. Their truly faultless performance was halted, however, when Will Van Ness spun in a celebratory drift after the checkered flag, leaving him stalled on the grass at the side of the track, red-faced and muddy-shoed. A jump start as the green lights came on in the second endurance race for the University of Wales Trinity St David Swansea looked like it was going to ruin what was otherwise a superb drive from the team by Andrew Lawrence and Josh Gray. But with the gap to the remainder of the field over 20 seconds at the end of the race, they managed to hold on to the win. As the rain stopped falling, and with track conditions changing throughout the third endurance race, it was the Oxford Brooks A team who appeared to master the tricky conditions and closed down a 24-second gap, the race leaders Hertfordshire A in the last few drying laps. But it was not enough to deny Hertfordshire A drivers Chris Hansen and Michael Rich from taking victory and becoming the only double BUKC race-winning team at Buckmore Park in 2014. In contrast to the Northern qualifying round, where they won both of their endurance races, Oxford Brookes A managed to take the overall win in round 2 of the championship without winning a race. They were joined on the podium by Brunel A in second and Cardiff A in third, both of which also failed to take a victory in round 2, but consistently strong results gifted them the all-important championship points. So after a brilliant day's racing, our trip to Buckmore Park 2014 season, here's what the table looks like. It was Oxford Brookes A who were the standout performers of the day, and they added to their win from the Northern qualifying round with double round wins at Buckmore Park, making them unbeaten so far in the 2014 championship. 2013 champions Hertfordshire A looks a competitive team again this year, currently in second, closely followed by last year's runners-up Southampton A in third and Coventry A in fourth, whilst Oxford Brookes' B team lie in fifth position, backing up a strong championship campaign for the university so far. But in true British University's karting championship style, anything can happen, and with plenty of racing still to go before the champions are crowned, it's still all to race for.
We're slightly soaked, but it's been a fantastic day's racing here at Buckmore Park for the first 2 rounds of the British University's Karting Championship 2014. Join us next time for what will hopefully be a slightly less soggy day's racing at Wilton Mill for rounds 3 and 4. Bye for now.